How I made my first million in 2024 as a Christian. That's exactly what I want to talk about right now. Yes. How can you make a million francs CFA? Why so young? You know, I was very young at that time. Yes, I was in my 20s when I got my first million in 2024. Yes, so guys, when I was in Cameroon, from where I'm coming from, I never knew I would ever have a million francs CFA, because a million francs CFA in Cameroon is a lot of money. It's really much money. Yes, it's not 1 francs. It's not 2 francs. It's not 3 francs. It's not 10 francs or 1,000 francs. It is a lot of money. And guess what? I was never thinking about ever having a million francs CFA. Yes, I grew up living with my senior brother. Yes, may his soul rest in peace. Yes, he was a very nice man, a kind man, a good man. Yes, yes, he took care of us. And guys, it was not easy to have some catch with you, especially when I was like 15 years old, 18 years old. It was not easy, you know. So how was I able to make a million francs CFA in 2024? Wow. Yes, that's exactly what I want to talk about. Yes, so it's rather unfortunate that most people don't believe that they can make a million francs CFA or that they can become millionaires. Yes, so it begins with a mindset. Yes. So when I was young, I was not even thinking about ever becoming a millionaire. But what we have to do is to do what? We have to believe that we can make a million francs CFA. Yes. It begins with a mindset. Yes. If you don't have that mindset that you can become something, it will be very, very difficult for you to become that thing. Yes. It starts with a mindset. Yes. So when I changed my mindset, I realized that yes, I can become a millionaire. I can make a million francs CFA. Everyone can make a million. It all depends on what you do. Yes. So what did I actually do to make a million francs CFA? Yes. In 2004. Yes, I was quite young at that time. Yes. What did I actually do? Now, listen to me very well, because I believe that this video will help a lot of people out there. It will change so many people's mindset. Yes, my story is completely different from your story. How I succeeded to make a million francs CFA will be completely different from yours. Yes, take note. When I'm talking about a million, I'm talking about a million in francs CFA, not in euros, not in dollars, not in any other currency, but in CFA. Yes, so what did I actually do to make a million francs CFA, especially as a child of God? There are so many people out there, especially children of God, who don't believe that they can become millionaires. Yes, you need to believe that you can become anything in life, anything that you make up your mind to become. It is very, very possible, especially when you are still very, very young. Yes. So the first thing that helped me to do what? To make a million francs CFA was to do what? I changed my environment. The environment in which you find yourself has a lot to do with who you will become in life. Yes, it has a lot to do. There are so many people, so many talented people in wrong environments who cannot actually do what? Express their talent, who cannot actually do what they were born to do. Yes, they can do, they are so talented, but nobody notices them there. Yes, so thanks be to God, the social media is is right now. Maybe somebody can see you and trace you out, So I changed my environment. Yes, I was living in Cameroon. So when I relocated to Europe, where the currency is higher than the currency in Cameroon, that was the first thing that actually took me to another level. Yes. So when I traveled to Western Europe, there they use euros, and euros is higher than CFA. Yes. So the second thing I did, the first thing was to change my environment. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make $1 million francs CFA in Cameroon while living in Cameroon. It's very, very possible. Yes, you can make it there. You can make it there. Everyone is different. Yes, so it's very, very possible. But in my case, I changed my environment. When I changed my environment, that was the first thing. It was an advantage to me. The second thing I did was to do what? I got a job. Yes, so if you want to make money, you also need to get a job. It's rather unfortunate that there are so many people who are discouraging people today with having a job. No, a job is not bad. Yes, that is the starting point. Yes, the only bad thing is when you stay your whole life relying in one source of income, relying just on your job, then you'll be very, very limited. So while you are having your job, you also have to create other sources of income. Yeah. So my first job, gave me $1 million francs CFA. Yes. How was that possible? Because when you exchange the money in Europe as compared to that in CFA, it is high. Yes, it is higher. The value is higher than that in Cameroon. Yes. So that is how I was able to do what? To make my first $1 million in CFA. Yes. So I was having like every month and such an amount. That is what made me a millionaire in CFA francs. Yes, first I changed my environment. If you have the means to change your environment, go on and do it the right way. It will be helpful to you, but you need to know why you want to change your environment, because there are so many people who will changes environments for wrong reasons. You need to know why you want to leave your current environment. Yes, maybe you are a baller, and where you are actually playing, it's not the right place for you. You are not playing at your level. Then you need to change your environment. You are doing business somewhere that is not really fruitful. You need to change your environment. You need to have a reason why you want to move from one level to another. Yes, so that is how I became a millionaire in CFA France. If this is your first time listening to me, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel so that anytime when I go live, you'll be notified. As a child of God, you can make $1 million francs, even in euros, even in dollars, depending on what you are doing. Don't limit yourself. Yes, it's not just praying alone. It's not just fasting. It's actually coming up with a strategy that will help you to become a millionaire. Money is good. Money is not evil. The only bad thing is when you stay your whole life chasing money. No, you have to seek first the kingdom of God, and any other thing shall be added to you. So first I changed my environment, and thirdly, I went to a better environment that gave me an advantage. So thank you so much, and don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Shalom.